Hi Frontliners, it's Mike here from Fortress Frontline, and guys, this is just a very informal video that I'd like to share with you guys, and this is just going to be a conversation between all of us, and I'm just going to express some thoughts, freestyle to you. None of this has really been structured. First of all, I just want to thank each and every one of you for your patience and understanding in the fact that we've gone a little bit over time in the fact that we were going to pre-launch 1st of March, and we're now looking like it's going to be like mid-April or so. Now, I've expressed that with most of you already in private conversations, and thank you very much for the feedback that you've given me, your honesty. You've all expressed that this is a good thing. You've all expressed that it gives you a little bit more time to get your 25 personals together, which is like super important for all of us. And you've all expressed feelings and thoughts along the lines of that it's okay with you guys, and for us to make sure that we've got everything right on the front foot for that pre-launch. So thank you very much, guys, for being so understanding. It really is very much appreciated. Now, what I'd like to talk about today, there's a few things I want to touch on. Firstly, what I'd like to touch on is the mindset as you're building your team for this pre-launch, and I want you all to know that I don't want you guys to feel as though you must sign people up at all costs willy-nilly. Okay, this is one thing that I learned big time through my own personal journey in this awesome profession. You can get yourself really brain fried, to be quite honest, if you allow yourself to feel the pressure that you need to be recruiting and sponsoring people, anybody and everybody, into your business. What will happen if you fall into that trap? And look, in all honesty, you probably will fall into the trap. Just about every single one of us do. It's totally normal. And when you find yourself falling into this trap, I want you to just breathe, relax, totally relax yourself, because once you're in the state where you're in this almost mentally ill frame of mind where you're just looking to sign up anybody and everybody, what will happen is you'll push a lot of people away from you. You will splinter your team, and really not much good will come out of it. The people that you do sponsor into the business while you're in this frame of mind will probably fall over and leave the business, okay, because they're in it for the wrong reason, and your mindset whilst in this state of mind will duplicate throughout your team, okay? And this is not a way to build a business. Okay, I've got a lot of people that I know, that I'm friends with, that are in different companies, and I watch them struggle through this almost exclusively, where all they're doing is just really pushing people away. They're acting in a manner that is like someone who's brainwashed in a cult, and when you're putting forward a posture like that, in a business that is all about people, it just doesn't make sense. It really just doesn't make sense. However you want to paint it, whatever experience you've had in the past, whichever way you want to put it forward, if you're in a business that's dealing primarily with people, and you are acting in a manner that's going to push people away or make you look weird, strange, or like a used car salesperson, you are going to struggle big time. in this business, because even if you build a team by aggressive closing and forcing people into it, these people are never going to be any good. You know, IBO stands for independent business owner. For someone to be independent, they need to be competent at what they're doing, and that competence then gives them confidence, an organic, authentic confidence. When they have that organic, authentic confidence, that is when they go out and can speak to people in their own skin. They're comfortable in their own skin as who they are, okay? And that way, when they talk to people about their opportunity, they have the discipline and the authenticity to bring up the opportunity during the appropriate moment in the conversation. These people have learnt that you build a business by keeping an evergreen contact list growing every day and nurturing that contact list, staying in contact with that contact list in a way that's conducive of respect to a human being and dignity. These are very, very important. And if you can just build your contact list daily, add people to that contact list, stay in contact with them, that's why it's called a contact list, about your opportunity in a dignified and respectful manner, then this business is all about timing. Knowing that it's all about timing, then right now, the timing might not be right for most of the people on your contact list. But next month, the bigger that contact list gets, you can be guaranteed that as a mathematical certainty, a percentage of your contact list may be in the right timing next month. Now, if you in the past have pushed them into a corner where they have to say yes or no, they said no, the timing's not right now, and then you've just left them, you've burnt them and continued on, then when the timing is right for that person, you're not going to be the one that they go with. Okay? It's just human nature. It makes sense, doesn't it? So what we need to do is build a team of independent business owners. We need to build a high proportion of leaders within our teams. Okay, that way our team is always duplicating and always growing, not through your own efforts, but through the efforts of your leaders, as well as your own, of course, but not exclusively your own. If your team is growing exclusively through your own efforts, then you're not network marketing. That is not networking. Okay, you're in a sales pitch, you're in a sales trap, and this ain't sales by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so how do we build a team in this particular manner? Well, first we need to lead by example. Us, ourselves, me, you need to grow a team this way by increasing the numbers of your contact list daily. Okay, by staying in contact with that contact list in a respectful and dignified manner, and engaging in your business opportunity with them, at intervals that they agree to. So if you've got 500 people on your contact list and it's growing daily, which it should be, okay, then you're staying in contact with those people. You're marking in your diary the day that you've spoken to John. And if John's not up for the opportunity at this time, which, look, he probably won't be statistically at that moment, then you just ask John in a dignified, and respectful manner, John, listen, buddy, I understand that the timing's not right for you, and listen, I don't want to be a pain in the butt. That's not what this is about, man. Like, is it okay if I call you back in about 3 months just to see how you're traveling? Yeah, that's okay. All right, great. No worries, John. Listen, I'll have a chat to you before then anyway. We'll catch up for a coffee or whatever, to see how you're going, see how the kids are going or whatever. And I'll touch base with you about this again in 3 months. And that's it. The more people on your contact list that you can actually build friendships, build relationships with, then the better your business is going to build. It just makes sense. If everyone on your contact list you only contact when it suits you because of your business opportunity, man, they're going to get jack of you. They're gonna see you coming all the way down the street, you know, and rightly so, because you know what, you would feel the same way if somebody did that to you, and most of you communicate that to me various times in a month during our chats. Oh, you know, I was approached by such and such, and the only time they ever call me is when, you know, they want to sell me on the opportunity that they've got. You know, I'm not interested because I'm with Fortress and this and that. Okay, which is fair enough, rightly so. But make sure that you yourself aren't doing what you don't like other distributors from other companies doing to you. Okay, this all has to make sense on the human level, because your entire business is built around working with other people. So it's got to be seamless. It's got to be smooth. It's got to feel natural. Okay, is this making sense? So as you're building your contact list this way, you'll find that the pressure is off all of a sudden. You'll find that you can actually start concentrating on connecting with these people and adding to your contact list in a way that is conducive to you being yourself. Naturally, organically, comfortable in your own skin. You know, no need to pretend to be this or that, or act in this manner or that manner. No need for any of that. And just through time, in consistently engaging in these activities, what's going to happen is this. Once your contact list reaches a certain number, you will find that by you staying in contact with that contact list, X amount of people every month will find themselves in the right timing. When they do find themselves in the right timing, one of two things are going to happen. If you've done your job properly, and make no mistake, your job is to build your business. You're an independent business owner, and this is a business. The reason you're doing it is because you want to break out of the paycheck to paycheck struggle once and for all and be able to live the life that you dream of. That's why you're doing this. Now, if you're serious about that, then you'll be serious about building the business in this way, the Fortress way. Okay? So when you've reached that point where mathematically you've got enough people on your contact list now, it's growing, some of them will find themselves in the zone in the right timing per month. One of two things will happen. Either because you've built your business the right way and you've been respectful and you've been dignified in how you've built your business, they're going to call you. Okay? That might sound weird, but if you do this properly, make no mistake, people will call you. Happens to me all the time. And it will happen to you. I guarantee it, it will. Okay? You're going to find that some people are going to contact you and say, okay, listen, I'm ready for a little bit more information about Fortress. You know, you've been the only person that has, you know, treated me well. I like what you stand for, and you know, I'm ready to have more information. In which case you will then engage them within the process that we use to take them into a position where they join the team. And I'm going to outline that, so don't worry. Okay, I'm going to outline that in this video. The other thing that will happen is within you contacting your contact list on the dates that they've agreed to. So the last time you spoke to, for instance, Bill, he said to me, yeah, look, no worries. Give me a chat again in 3 months' time. And then on this day, 3 months later, you call him up and say, hey, Bill, how you doing? All of a sudden, Bill says, oh my God, Baz, listen, I've got a mate of mine who's started in the network marketing industry with such and such company. Listen, he's having great success. You know, look, that company is not really for me. I'm not really into those types of products, but okay, I'm really interested now. What you've spoken to me about in the past, you know, I feel that connects with me. Listen, I want to get started. That's the other thing that's going to happen. So by you keeping your contact list, building and treating your contact list and being in contact with that contact list exactly how I've outlined earlier in this video, then you will find yourself with opportunities to engage your contact list to put them into your team. Now, how do you do that? What is that process? This is it. Okay. Once either they've called you and said, you know, the timing's right, I'm interested, what's the next step? Or whether you have called them and during that conversation, they have told you straight out, I'm ready for more information, or listen, what's the next step? Then what we need to do is straight away set up an appointment. Okay, you must build this locally. Too many of you are talking to people interstate or overseas. We're not even launched in Australia yet, let alone overseas. So pretty much anybody who's overseas is a non-event right now. Okay, you can have them in your contact list. You can stay in contact with them. Absolutely, you should be doing that. But they're not a priority. The priority are the people that you can get to. If you can get to someone within the next couple of days and sit with them in person, they are the top of your list. No exceptions. That is where you need to be building. Okay. Second from that are the people that you can Skype with that are, within the same country. That's the second. But let's talk the sweet spot. Let's talk how do you build this properly from word go. You need to build it locally. People that you can meet with in person. So when you find yourself in that position, set up an appointment and meet with them ASAP, as quickly as possible. Okay, people that are in the right timing may only be in the right timing for a very, very short window. So it's up to you to take advantage of when that time comes and engage with them straight away. So set an appointment to go and see them straight away. Okay, when it comes time for you to go and see them, okay, you will show them the video if they haven't seen it. You will go through the overview sheet, the 1 to 10 overview sheet. Okay, you can print that out in like on a printer. You should have some printed out and laminated, okay, yourself. Okay, remember this is your business. You should have backups. Now, we will be offering those sheets as well, laminated and printed in packs of 10 or 25, and you can buy those. So you'll show the video, you'll show the 1 to 10 overview sheet, okay, and basically if they're ready to start straight away, you are going to sign them up, okay, and then when you sign them up, you are going to take them through the launch process. If you can launch them at the sign up stage, do so. That's the sweet spot. If you cannot because time is not on your side, then book the launch no later than 48 hours after you sign them up. Okay? Everybody you sign up must be able to be launched within 48 hours of sign up. You need to be very clear. You need to be very strong on this. Okay? If they cannot commit to a launch within 48 hours, then you need to be respectful and you need to be dignified enough to say to them, I cannot sign you up if you're not willing to be launched within 48 hours. Okay? Now that will do one of two things. That will then allow them to reschedule a time and day shortly after where they can be, or they will change their plans and say to you, all right, let's launch now. Either way is fine. Okay, but remember, always be dignified and respectful in how you do this. All right, the launch is the most critical part, so you need to get that right. Now, if they agree, well, whether they agree to be launched during sign up or whether it's going to be later, doesn't matter. During the launch, you need to get the List app downloaded onto their smartphone straight away. Now, as a matter of urgency, make sure that that List app is downloaded on your phone. If it's not already, do so straight after you finish watching this video. When you download that app, read the instructions carefully and start entering your contact list in the phone app. This is so important. not only for your own Fortress business, not only for your own leadership branding, not only for your own business, the way it's going to grow, and the money that you will earn, which is in direct proportion to how you tackle this this list building exercise. But if you're going to lead by example, then when it comes time to showing the app to your new team, they're going to have questions, and if you're a professional entrepreneur, if you're for real, okay, then you'll have the answers to those questions because you've done it yourself. And this builds trust. This allows you to lead in a dignified and respectful manner, but with strong posture. Does that make sense? If you want to have that strong posture, and you want to show that strength in leadership, and trust me, people follow strong leadership, then you need to lead by example. And the way you can do that in the most honest, transparent way is by having the answers through your own first-hand experience. Nothing beats first-hand experience being explained in a leader's own words, instead of just rattling off quotes from books. That's hollow. Only X amount of people will fall for that, and that'll wear off quite quickly. That's not leadership. Okay, so the phone app is critical. That's the first thing we do in the launch. Get that phone app, start getting them to build that phone app. Okay, as they're building that phone app, you'll get to the top 30. Once you get to the top 30 on their phone list, that means the app's going to identify who the top 30 people are that they should be contacting in their contact list. And the reason those top 30 will be identified is through the app asking questions like, have they ever had success in the past? Do they have the money to start now? Are they open-minded? All these things. So by answering those questions, the app's going to rank their contact list and say, look, these are the 30 people that need to be contacted now. And that's what we need. The magic number is always 30 in this business, for those of you who are not aware. The top 30 people on the list, the first 30 personals that you personally bring in, this is where the magic starts to happen mathematically. When you bring in 30 people personally into your team, is where you have enough numbers through the people that they've brought in, so on and so on, where you start getting geometric progression. Where if you're doing the right things, momentum will start to kick in. But I'm getting off the mark. Let's stay with this launch process. So once the top 30 have been identified, then you need to straight away engage the 72-hour game plan. What's the 72-hour game plan? Well, the first part of that is where you role play with your new IBO on what they're going to say to the top 30. Now, the role play you'll need to go through about 10 times, back and forwards with yourself and your prospect. Okay, you need to do that in a manner that they're relaxed, that they don't feel like they are sounding like a salesperson. Nobody wants to sound like a salesperson. Nobody on this earth wants to close their own friends and their own family and their own associates. Always understand that. Okay, we're constantly going back to being dignified and being respectful. Nobody wants that. So don't put them in a position where they're seeing that that's who you really are, that that's what Fortress really is, and that's what they're going to have to really be, because it ain't like that at all. Okay, so your job is to communicate this cleanly, so they're aware of what we're really about here. All right, so go through the script with them. If they want to amend the script and you see no problem with that, then amend it in a way that they're comfortable. Okay, practice it when they are confident and they're competent in what they're going to say to the people, and you've got your main script, and then you've got 3 different versions of how you're going to tackle the questions that they have. Now, all of this is in the training webinars. Okay, if you can't make the training webinars, then it's a matter for you to try to prioritize this business into your life. Okay, it's not a matter of me or any of the other frontliners to make that possible for you. This is all about becoming independent business owners. Okay, so prioritize things into your life where if you're serious about this, then you can make the trainings. If you can't make the trainings because you're working or whatever, I'm always putting up videos or slides. Okay, if you've got any questions, email them across to me. All right, If you don't have my email, just contact me on Facebook or give me a call. I'll give you my email. So here's the thing, this is all up to you to work out. It's your business. You're the one that needs to be confident in how this all works before anybody in your team can be. All right, so back to the 72-hour game plan. Once you've rehearsed and role-played what you're going to say to the people, then they start getting on the phone and calling them. You don't do that, okay? But you must be there during the process, so you can walk them through call by call. When they put the phone down, you can go through with them and role play. Okay, this is what was said. This is what you can say in that case. They might say, I didn't know what to say about this. Okay, this is what you can say, and role play it call by call. All you're really doing is inviting their top 30 to a PBR. Okay, now a PBR is a private business reception, a home meeting. The whole idea, the whole goal of the 72-hour game plan is to get their warm market into their house for 2 to 3 PBRs. In the process of doing those 2 to 3 PBRs, those 2 to 3 private business receptions, home meetings at their house, you as their sponsor are going to present it to the group for those 2 or 3 times. And out of those 2 or 3 home meetings, you're looking to get 3 people to fast start, okay, in their business. So by signing up those 3 people on the Ultra package, your new associate has just fast started. Your job as a Fortress Frontline associate is to fast start every associate you bring in. So we'll get to how exactly you do that. So the 72-hour game plan's role is to get those 3 home meetings booked. And the role of those 3 home meetings is to get 3 new associates in that distributor's business, okay, that will come in at Ultra, so he or she can fast start. Okay, now by using the buddy system, by you leading by example and being there the whole time, okay, what it does is 2 things. You lead by example. They learn how to do this by watching you live do it. And that is the only way you can learn how to build a business in network marketing. There really is no other way. Any other way, look, there are other ways, but it's just not going to build as strong. Okay, the chances are it will build as a house of cards and will blow over. All right, building it this way, leading by example, 1 associate at a time, you will build a high percentage of leaders. You'll build a high percentage of independent business owners that are competent and confident within your team that can then continue doing the same. And that will create geometric progression within the team, because you'll have a high percentage of leaders that are out there, doing their own thing without you, which is exactly what you want. The last thing you want to do is have this huge team that you keep hoarded to yourself. Okay, I am the only leader here. I am the mentor. I am the one that can teach you, and that's the only way. So only through me can you do this. It doesn't work like that. Okay, because then you're going to end up with hundreds of people that you're babysitting in a childcare center, and that does not produce geometric progression. You cannot leverage through children, okay, that are expecting you to do everything for them. So right from the start, you lead by example, give that distributor, that new associate, their time with you, and then you need to move on to your next one. If you do this process properly, they will know what to do. They will know enough to be able to go out there and duplicate the process of building their contact list over time in the manner that we've outlined, and to then get their 3 associates and and fast start those 3 associates by using the Fortress Sprint, the 43 Sprint, which is outlined in the Fortress Launch training module, 43 MPS. Okay, and it's also outlined in a couple of other modules. And you've all got access to the 43 Sprint graphic, which outlines graphically how this process works. Okay, so your goal is to create leaders, people that are independent of you. So you want them to get to fast start, and then you pretty much want them to say to you, listen, I know how to get to fast start, and I now know how to get my new associates to fast start. I'm just going to concentrate on that now. And that's all they need to do. You don't need anything more than that in this business. I want to be absolutely clear on that. Okay? As soon as you know how to get to fast start yourself, and then you know how to get the 3 people that got you to fast start, get each one of them to fast start, you've just mastered Fortress Frontline, because you're never doing anything other than that all the way to Crown Director, to Crown Ambassador. Okay, that's all you're doing. You're just repeating that process over and over again yourself, and then people in your team are duplicating that and repeating that process over and over again. As you climb up the ranks and your team builds, because you've got more and more numbers in your team, the percentage of those leaders that are doing that as well keep growing until it reaches critical mass, where there's enough people in your team that are fast starting other people and then showing the people that fast started them how to fast start, and you've got enough of those happening all at once that your business is just growing fast, and you are clipping the ticket on all of that activity through, you know, wonderful residual type bonuses like our matching bonus, 4 generations going, spreading all the way through your network. You know, all these behaviors are tied in and have been designed to work off this 43 Sprint, off the Fortress Sprint, off the launch. So if you're doing all of that correctly, you're getting to fast start, and you're getting other people to fast start, and then they're doing the same, then you've got a chance to max out the comp plan. And if you can do that, then you're going to have great success in Fortress. It's just a matter of time, because that's what the whole thing is built on. And when you can get your head around that in a tactical way, and you know how to do it with your eyes closed, you know it inside out because you've done it that many times. It's just autopilot now. Once you get to that point and you've mastered this thing on how to treat people correctly, what I mean by that is how to build your business by treating human beings with dignity and respect. Once you merge that strategic mindset and attitude and posture, and you join that with the tactical skill sets of getting yourself to fast start, and then helping the people that got you there to fast start, and then teaching them how to get their people to fast start, and so on and so on and so on, and keeping everybody focused on those 2 things, then your team is going to be absolutely wonderful. And once you get to that point, then you know, we'll show you how to manage the growth in your team by always staying in the buddy phase. You yourself must always stay in the buddy phase, and that means you yourself must always be bringing in your own personals into the team, okay, and then getting them to fast start, then helping them how to get their people to fast start. By you doing that, you keep the 4 generations in the matching bonus going all the way through your matrix. And by going into the re-entry over and over again, by having multiple positions through your matrix, you ensure that you've got matching bonuses, you know, just going off left, right, center, up, down, all the way through your matrix every month. And with percentages like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30%, you know, you are rocking it big time. It's not like you have to achieve X amount of sales, you know, targets to reach your bonuses like other companies do. You know, when they do it in increments of 5 or 10. So if you don't hit that bonus, you miss out on the numbers in between. Like, there's nothing like that here. You get paid for every everybody that you bring into your matrix and that you do the right behaviors with. And that's what we wanted to do with Fortress Frontline. We wanted to pay our distributor force in a dignified way. We wanted to pay our distributor force in a respectful way. Okay, this isn't about Trace and I becoming mega wealthy. It's not about that. Okay, what this is about is you guys becoming mega wealthy. Our front line is becoming mega wealthy because Tracy and I have learnt, you know, through first-hand experience. And you know what, guys? I mean, you know, look, we're documented. We're documented as being record breakers, as being you know, people who know how to build teams fast, who break company records worldwide. We've been there. We've done that. Trust me when I say to you, this is the right way to build a business. You know, times are changing. People are always getting smarter. People are evolving. Consciousness is evolving on this planet. It's shifting. Okay, it's not acceptable to just have this hardcore sales mentality anymore. We're not living in that world anymore. So, you know, for you guys that have built it that way before, you need to pull your socks up, do your belt up, and you need to keep your mind open enough to learn how to do things the right way that fits in now, 2015, okay, and the way the world's going now. So, guys, I hope that this has helped you out a lot. You know, there will be more parts to this video, and this is a subject that can keep going on and on. You know, look, if I had 3 or 4 hours spare, trust me, I'd record a 3 or 4 hour video for you. But I don't have that time spare, and I really don't want to put you to sleep, so I want to concentrate on the important things. Now, a lot of you guys are asking me what I'm reading at any given time, quite often. So, look, these are the books that you should be concentrating on. Your first year in network marketing. This is, you know, a book that is written by one of the greats. Mark Yarnell is one of the authors, and may his soul rest in paradise. We lost Mark, one of the greatest network marketers of our time. We lost him earlier this month or last month, and you know, that's a sore loss for our profession, because he was one of the greats. So that book, Your First Year in Network Marketing, this is a book that you should be reading all the time, because there are things in there that are just gold, and this is how you build a professional network marketing business. So if you don't have that book, get it ASAP. If you've read it already, then start reading it again. It's a book that you need to be in contact with all the time. Another such book is The Compound Effect by the one and only Darren Hardy, a wonderful network marketer and trainer in our profession. That book is a book that you should be in constant contact with as well. The Compound Effect is all about the long haul. It's all about doing the right types of behaviors every day, and the Compound Effect is all about how to build your contact list over time, how to build a team over time, okay, with dignity, with respect, building it so it adds up, that it compounds over time, instead of trying to cover quantum leaps just in a day, because it doesn't happen that way. Things don't evolve where they take huge, massive steps in one day. They evolve by taking little steps every day, and then over a year, over 3 years, over 10 years. What is that up to? It adds up to massive change. It adds up to massive success, and it's the only way to do it. So the Compound Effect is a huge one. My personal favorite, Big Al's MLM Sponsoring Magic. This book is the absolute Bible, and our 43 MPS system, along with Dennis Wilson, my own personal experience, and this, along with the Compound Effect and Your First Year in Network Marketing, this is what 43 MPS is built upon. So folks, I'd like to thank you for staying with me during this video. I know it was a long one. If you've got any questions pertaining to any specifics in this video, please email me. If you don't have my email, just send me a private message on the Facebook page. The more that you and I connect on a personal level, then the easier it's going to be for you to understand how this all works, and it's very important that you understand how this works in your own head. It's just got to make sense, and if it just makes sense, then that's half the battle. Thanks for being here, guys, and like we always say, the rest is up to you. Ciao.